Chapter 8. Death. It's a bit foreboding, isn't it? A hot summer day. The blue sky and large columns of summer clouds. The breeze wafting by, and the droning voice of the cicadas. The sound of the cicadas. Just doing that again. It's so loud I want to die. In the clearing, the discarded shells of the cicadas, as if the sun is right next to me. The clearing burns with an intense heat. A hot midsummer day. As if the entire world became a frying pan. He's crying. Akiha is crying. There's a child collapsed at her feet. His white shirt is painted red with blood, and he doesn't move at all. Looking down at him, my hands are red, just like that child on the ground. No, that's not it. These hands are red with the blood of that child. A grassy plain hidden from the sun, raised only by the moonlight, proud white flowers. Under the transparent moon, a lone woman of pure white, not even knowing words, not even aware of herself, only treated as a method of killing. The white woman, stained in fresh blood, is completely free of injury. The crimson saturating her dress is only the blood of her enemies. The only time she is allowed this brief, The only time she is allowed is this brief moment of time after her blood-stained homecomings. What waits for her after is only a sleep she cannot wake from herself. The white girl does not even know her fate, and just looks up with distant eyes at the moon. I thought I saw eternity there. Is it an illusion? It probably is. But I don't care. The fact that her figure has eternally The fact that her figure has eternally seared into my memory is truly... I feel like I had a nostalgic dream, and I wake up from my slumber. Ugh! As if I wasn't breathing before, I suddenly take a huge breath. That makes me wake up completely. Hold on. Okay. I'm in my room. After that, after my separation with Senpai in the park, I must have somehow returned to my room. Seal Senpai. I can't forget her face. Why didn't I say anything back then? I was still attracted to Arcueid, even though I knew she was a vampire. So even if Senpai was a vampire, I shouldn't have been that surprised. I should have laughed. If I laughed like it was a joke, she probably would have laughed with me like always. No. I really wanted her to stay as Senpai. The uneventful but peaceful and fun time I spent with Senpai at school was very precious. Damn. But that's all over. She will never come to school as Senpai ever again. What should I do? I don't know. I wanted to search for the vampire's lair and kill him, but I can't even look for him myself. I've cut my ties with Arcueid, and me and Senpai are fighting right now. No, I won't even be able to see Senpai again. I put on my glasses and get out of bed. It's past 8 o'clock in the morning. It's long past my usual breakfast time, but today is a school holiday. Hisui isn't here? Her familiar figure standing in front of the door like a shadow is missing. Once again, my light headache returns. In addition to my new, unfamiliar life at this mansion, the events of the past few days were very stressful. I let out a deep breath. I don't know what I should do, but I have a lot of things I have to do. If I'm worried about Senpai, I can just go to her apartment. Alright. If anything, first comes breakfast. You can't work on an empty stomach. Shaking the sleep from my brain and body, I head towards the sitting room. Hisui is in the lobby doing something. She must be doing some redesigning because she's carrying a chair. Hisui! As if suddenly realizing I'm here, she walks quickly toward me with her usual soft footsteps. Good morning, Shiki-sama. Yeah, good morning. Sorry for selfishly waking up whenever. I'm sorry for not being there when you woke up. Please forgive me. Hisui silently bows her head. After going out last night and not even remembering how I came back to my room, being apologized to like this makes me feel like a horrible person. There's no need to apologize. I just woke up whenever I wanted to. It's okay if you want to complain. Like now, unless she's strict on me, my spirit might waver a bit. Shiki-sama? It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I want to eat some breakfast. Is it already made? Ne-san is outside. If you want to eat breakfast, it is already prepared in the dining room. Oh, I'll go eat then. Sorry for interrupting your work. After saying I'd see her later, I head towards the dining room. After finishing breakfast, I return to the lobby. I should go back to my room and change, even if I decide to head to Senpai's apartment. Ow! My toe bangs into a chair. Ow! Why the heck is a chair here? That's right. It's the chair Hisui was carrying earlier. Since it usually isn't here, I just banged into it, walking normally without thinking. Dang. I must be really out of it to hit such a thing. I give a sigh. But Hisui is Hisui. Why does she have to put a chair here? What was she thinking in the first place to put a chair here while people walk by? The toe I banged on the chair still hurts. It's an excessive pain. A pain that would have never been there if the chair was never here. How annoying. I was supposed to see Senpai. So why is this suddenly getting in my way? This chair is an incredible annoyance. Why is such a thing here? It never should have been here. If it wasn't here, I never would have stubbed my toe. I get mad and kick the chair. Throb. As soon as I do that, the toe I kick with hurts even more. Throb, 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 throb. Why, you! What a bothersome thing. Disappear. This chair is an eyesore. This chair. This chair, 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 this chair. Shiki-sama? Hisui, why are you rushing here all of a sudden? I say that, truly surprised. I'm breathing heavily. My chest heaves up and down. I feel like I just ran into a marathon. Or ran a marathon. Why am I so out of breath? I gasp hungrily for air. Shiki-sama, what are you saying? Why are you looking at me like that? Did something happen? Shiki-sama, are you saying you do not know what you were doing? What was I doing? But I really wasn't doing anything. Gah! My headache returns. I shake my head to get rid of it, and suddenly realize what lies at my feet. What lies there are the shattered remains of the chair. Thump. My heart pounds harder. I did this? Yes. That's the result of you holding the chair and smashing it against the floor many times. Why? Why did I do that? I did think that my toe hurt from running into the chair. But why did I go so far? Why did I get angry over something like that and break it like a kid having a tantrum? Shiki-sama, are you feeling well? If you are sick, I can call a doctor. No, it's nothing. It's really nothing. Sorry, Hisui. I just felt strange. I step back from her. I step back from the pieces of the chair I just destroyed. Shiki-sama, please calm down. Breathing like that is not good for your body. I'm fine. Leave me alone. I want to be alone. Just let me be. I shout that out and run up the stairs. I passively note that I seem to be running away from her. I return to my room and throw myself onto the bed. Once again, my temple starts to hurt once more. Throb, throb. As if a new heart had emerged in my brain, my head pounds painfully. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. This pain probably caused my earlier violent behavior. Having to see death so much these past few days is messing up my brain. First, I need to calm down now. As long as I keep my glasses on, this headache shouldn't get worse. What am I doing? I have to go see Senpai. Quickly. But if I see her while I'm like this, I'll only hurt her. I have to calm down. Quietly. If I just sit here quietly, my headache will go away. See? It's disappearing. My room is very quiet. In this room, with only the ticking of the clock, I should be able to calm down quickly. Tick, 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 tick. The ticking of the clock. Tick, 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 tick. Can't you be quiet? Tick, 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 tick. Hey! Tick, 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 tick. I told you to be quiet. It stopped. With a crash, the clock stops. It's quiet. Yeah, that's better. Now I can go see Senpai. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. I walk out the front door. The sky is painted a brilliant blue. I walk towards the gate. At that moment, I hear a noise from the garden. That's odd. Hisui was in the lobby, picking up the pieces of the chair. Kohaku-san is outside, and Akiha is at school. There shouldn't be anyone else here at the mansion. I arrive in the garden. Come to think of it, most of the time we spent playing was in the garden. Since coming back here, I've been busy with so many things, I haven't had the chance to walk around the garden. Rustle. That sound again. It seems like someone just walked through. Huh? Hisui. It's Hisui. It seems she doesn't notice me, as Hisui's making her way toward the woods. She doesn't seem to notice me. Does she have something to do? She enters the forest. A bit curious, I follow her from a slight distance, and where Hisui headed to, there seems to be a small clearing. There's a clearing there. Tilting my head to the side, I try to remember, but for some reason, my memory is a bit vague. In the forest of the mansion, I can see a clearing, as if the trees were cut there. No, can see is not quite right. If you walked by normally, you probably would never notice it. If Hisui didn't walk there, hidden enough by the surrounding trees as it is, I would never have noticed it, even if I lived here all my life. There's a clearing here. If so, we probably did play there as kids. Oh, hey, how you doing, Kirst? To say the least, I don't remember ever playing with Akiha in the clearing. First time I see this game. Well, if this is your first time seeing this game, I will say that we are a bit of a ways into the seal route. So, there might be, like, some spoilers. If you want to experience the whole thing like this, I have a playlist on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/BerserkChip, which you can check out and start from the beginning, if you want. But feel free to stick around. I feel like I've never been there before. After thinking for a bit, I decide to go into the clearing. The clearing doesn't strike me as anything out of the ordinary. There's no sign of Hisui, who entered before me. What's this? Just an empty space. I walk into the middle of the clearing. This clearing really is just an empty space. The perfectly level, open ground. The deep woods enclose the area. The voice of the cicadas, and the strong summer sunshine that feels like it could dissolve. Summer sunshine. Ouch! The wound on my chest starts to hurt. Like stabbing. This pain that feels like a kitchen knife stabbing my chest. Chirp. Chirp, chirp. From somewhere, I can hear the voice of cicadas. But it's autumn now. The summer sunshine that bathes everything in white. The columns of summer clouds in the far-off sky. I can practically see the voices. At my feet, there are discarded shells of cicadas. Discarded shell. Someone's discarded shell. I'm getting angry again. I finally calmed down earlier, but I'm feeling annoyed again. I have to meet Senpai. I have to hurry up and meet her, and tell her I wouldn't care even if she was a vampire. But what is the truth? Could I honestly say I could smile like I did before with her, even if she's a vampire? Someone's crouched silhouette. The approaching footsteps of a young girl. The columns of clouds in the far sky. The discarded shells of cicadas. When I realize it, there is my body pierced through the chest and killed. And looking down at my corpse in surprise is my figure as well. My chest hurts. I feel like vomiting. My wound is healed a long time ago, but why does it hurt so much? My chest is broken. The old wound opens. Blood flows forth from the opening. What is this? My wound. It hasn't healed at all. It hurts. I'm scared. I'm assailed with dizziness. This is the impulse called death. My consciousness sinks. My wound hurts. I hear the sound of my own body collapsing on the ground. I can hear voices talking. Akiha-sama, are you not going to call for a doctor? Don't be stupid, Hisui. There's no way I could do that, since Nisan's wound isn't normal. Akiha and Hisui are talking. Hold on. How is my voice already shot? Jesus Christ. This chair. This is Shiki's room. It looks like I'm sleeping on the bed. I planned to say yo and get out of bed, but I can't move at all. My chest doesn't hurt anymore, but my body is as heavy as lead. All I can move are my eyes and mouth. Just what in the world were you trying to do, Hisui? You know not to let Shiki near that place. Please, forgive me. This can't be solved by apologizing. You were assigned to serve Nisan to avoid this kind of situation. So what were you doing? Completely different from her usual manner, Akiha gives a full vent to her anger. In comparison, Hisui is accepting the scolding silently, looking down. I'm not sure how this all came about, but I can at least tell Hisui's being yelled at because of me. Answer me, Hisui. What were you doing? And where were you all day long? Hisui doesn't answer. The air grows tenser between them. Biting her lip, Akiha takes a step toward Hisui. Even I understand that Akiha intends to hit her. Hisui seems to know this as well, but she just stands there with her head hung in shame, ready to receive it. Hold on, Akiha. Nisan, you're awake. Yeah. You were so loud I woke up. Akiha looks away uncomfortably. Hisui still keeps looking down, not even trying to look at me. You know, you shouldn't let it out on Hisui. Hold on. My cat. Sorry, where was I? You know, you shouldn't let it out on Hisui. I don't know the circumstances, but this has to do with me collapsing, right? Hold on, let me just double check my camera, because sometimes when I move around a lot, it freezes. No, it's fine. Okay, good. It's not her fault. I just collapsed on my own. I strain hard, and somehow managed to lift the upper half of my body off the bed. But it's all I can manage, and I don't think I can even move an inch more. But since Hisui is depressed, I have to force myself to act as fine as possible. Honestly, getting into a fight over me, even if you look like an adult, you're still a child. But you completely fainted, Nisan. You were out for more than 10 hours, and nothing like this has happened before. If you never woke up, what would I have done? Idiot. Don't say things like that. Wasn't this just anemia? Huh? It's 10 o'clock already. Yes, you've been unconscious since noon. Akiha speaks hesitantly. All the strength drains from my body. I must have slept that long since then. I wasn't able to go to Senpai's apartment, and just slept the time away. Man, I haven't passed out this long since elementary school. Oh yeah, I did pass out often back then, since I wasn't used to living at the Arimas, and I was stressed out. Everything is still woozy, like I'm still dreaming. Blanking out, I stare at the ceiling as I remember some of my past. That is true. It has only been a week since you came back here. Nissan, you must be exhausted. Yeah, I felt that today. Didn't you? So, please just rest today. Your health is weaker than most people's, so your body gets tired unless you take a day off sometimes. She looks at me with a serious expression. It's just like she says. I should just forget everything. I shouldn't think about senpai or vampires, and just rest, or I'll really tire out. Going on a rampage like that, and smashing that chair. There must be something wrong with me. Yeah, like you say, I'll just go to sleep. I lie back down. Really? You're not going to sneak out of the room later? What, you don't trust me? I guess not. Because these past few days I've been ignoring her and leaving. Hisui, tell Kohaku that Nissan is awake. Nissan, what about dinner? Oh yeah. No. Tell Kohaku-san I'm sorry, but I don't think I can eat right now. I'm just gonna go to sleep. I understand. Then Hisui, tell Kohaku that. Still looking downcast, Hisui nods and leaves the room. Well then. Lying down in bed, I start to feel sleepy again. Like this. I bet I could fall asleep any minute. But before that... Akiha. There's a place like that in the garden. Yes. When we were children, we used to play there often. Oh. For some reason, I don't remember it well. Yeah. I really did forget all about it. And one more thing. It's a weird question, but when we were kids, wasn't there another kid with us? Huh? She tilts her head, like she doesn't understand what I'm saying. I guess so. There couldn't have been another kid. That was just a dream. That clearing. Myself as a child, killed by someone who looked like me. There's something wrong with that. If that's true, what am I doing here right now? No, it's nothing. Just talking about a dream. Is that so? Then, good night, Nissan. Please rest well. Yeah, I will. Oh, hey, Dognote, what's up? The instant I answer her, I fall asleep, almost as if I just passed out again. Chapter 9. 20 non-Spanish speakers. Oh. That's cool, man. Chapter 9. Cast off cicada shell. I'm in a dark place. 8 years since I awoke. I've been holding my breath in darkness the whole time. I don't even know why. That has long since been worn away. Here there is only darkness. But I know there's something I have to do. I don't know why I live, but I know my purpose. The chains which held me are all gone. There's nothing holding me back. All that's left is killing you. Tweet. Tweet, tweet. Chirp. Chirp. Is the window open? I can hear the voices of small birds coming from the garden. I can hear the sound of BerserkChip's Twitter account. No, sorry. A cool breeze brushes my face. The brilliant sunlight hits my eyes. A quiet, delicate tinge. I'm just trying to learn CPEX Tsubaki B&B since I just never could starting off, and at least I can take that off my FGC bucket list. That's cool. A gentle morning visit. Morning. It seems I slept until now after Aki had treated me. My body still feels a little heavy, but still I feel much better than last night. Opening my eyes, I get up. I feel like throwing up instantly. I still have my anemia from yesterday. My chest hurts and I feel sick. Please excuse me. Hisui enters my room. She must have thought I was still asleep because she seemed surprised to see me up. Good morning. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Hisui. Good morning. It seems you've awakened, Shiki-sama. For some reason, Hisui's reaction annoys me. Morning. Breakfast, right? I'll be there soon, so just get out. I'm gonna go change. Yes. Please excuse me. No matter how poor of a mood I'm in, letting it out on Hisui like that, there's something wrong with me. I feel sick. Even if I go to school like this, I won't be able to do anything. Maybe I'll just stay home. But I have to go. If I go to school, I may see Senpai again. She may not be the Senpai I want, but she may still be there. Phew. Taking a deep breath, I settle down. Managing to resist my dizziness, I leave my room. Time to hook up Shiki to a car battery. Oh, Nissan. Good morning. As soon as I enter the sitting room, Akiha greets me hollowly. Yeah, morning. You're up early, Akiha. I'm always up this early, but... Nissan? Are you alright? Your face still looks pale. If you do not feel well, you can stay home. No, I'm fine. I'm better, so you don't need to worry. I answer her quickly and pass right by. I head to the dining room since I'll probably collapse if I don't eat. See ya. Isn't it about time for school? Yes. Then I will be going now. Speaking hesitantly, she stands up quietly. Akiha exits the sitting room. After watching her go out of the corner of my eye, I enter the dining room. I leave the mansion and head for school. My limbs are still heavy, and with a feeling like I'm in someone else's body, I go down the hill. It's 7:40. The gate becomes congested with students hurrying to class. I don't think Senpai will come, but is waiting here better than waiting in my classroom? Let's just think really hard. Let's just think really hard about this. Which of these choices should I pick? Behind the school, the classroom, or wait here? I wonder. I think we'll wait here. I I think that's what we'll do. I came to that conclusion by thinking about it. Yep, that's exactly what I did. Thought about it real hard, and then I came to the conclusion that we should wait here. I'll wait here. I don't think Senpai will come, but maybe she'll come to school like she did yesterday. It's about time. At about 10 minutes before homeroom, the main gates are closed. Senpai is not coming. Sighing, I head towards the classroom with heavy steps. Homeroom is about to start, but it is still very rowdy in the classroom. I take my seat by the window and set down my bag. Hey, morning! You're looking pretty bad today. Sheesh. Everyone looks at me and says the same thing. Do I look that sick? Huh? Yeah. Come to think of it, you look normal. I don't know, but you look really down, Tohno. Down, huh? Certainly my spirits are low. Ever since Senpai said farewell, my body's been heavy, and both my mind and body are knocked out. Arihiko, did you see Senpai today? Huh? Senpai? Which Senpai? Which? The only Senpai we both know is Seal Senpai. Shield Senpai? Who's that? Are there any foreign students at our school? My mouth hangs open in amazement. Arihiko, you... I manage to stammer out this in my confusion. But nothing else comes out. You okay, Tohno? Just spit it out. As long as it's not asking for money, I'll help you out. Arihiko is acting like he always does. Just like always, he completely does not remember Senpai. No, it's nothing. Sit down, class will start. Oh, it's that time. Well, later. Arihiko goes back to his own seat, and the teacher arrives. Homeroom starts, followed by physics, the first period class. I watch it like a movie on a screen. Senpai really disappeared. Not just from my sight, but the person known as Seal Senpai is gone, completely without a trace. Arihiko doesn't remember her. I'm sure no one else does either. That farewell. This is what it meant. The movie in front of me continues playing, showing a teacher using a white chalk on a chalkboard. Nothing seems real anymore. Once classes are over and break time begins, that person will never come ever again. During lunch, we will never sit in the tea ceremony room and spend the time aimlessly over lunch. Somewhere, I had a thread of hope, but that's gone as well. I've lost Seal completely. I still haven't done anything. Haven't told her anything. We spent time eating lunch together on a nice day such as today. That was a distant, precious dream. I realize the number of my classmates in the room is dwindling. It seems it's now lunchtime. I don't feel like doing anything. I feel sluggish, so I'll just... I feel like if I space out in the classroom, like I'll literally just die, because I'll just space out until it gets dark and then Ro will just kill me out of nowhere. So I'll go eat some lunch. Nothing's going to get done if I just rot here. Besides, I'm not in the best health right now, so if I don't eat, I'll really collapse. Guess I'll go to the cafeteria. Thinking aloud, I get up from my desk. The big rush must be over because there isn't a line. The tables are mostly full of students already eating. I glance around the room to see if there's any seats left. And then I see someone who looks like Senpai. I laughed loudly, mistaking someone for Seal Senpai because there's a small resemblance. I truly am beat. I know I'm beat, but I can't take my eyes away from this person that looks like her. This person that looks like her sits at the table slurping up udon. It's curry udon, too. Even her food resembles what Senpai would eat. Actually, it is Senpai. Senpai! I dash with all my strength towards Senpai. Senpai looks up at me, then glances away quickly. She's clearly avoiding me, but that doesn't matter. Senpai, why are you here? I blurt that out because I can't think of anything else to say. Why am I here? I'm a student here, you know. If I don't eat during lunchtime, I'll collapse. Dude, I can't do her voice right now. I fucked up my voice because of the chair scene. Damn it. Fucking Twitter. I knew that scene was coming because I was like slightly spoiled on Twitter. I didn't know it was going to be this route. I thought it was going to be Hisui's route, but now my voice is shot 20 minutes into the fucking stream. Oh, that's not good. No, that's not what I mean, but I don't know what to say. My brain just stopped functioning. She looks away from me as if she wants to complain. I thought it was strange for you to be here. Just use bacon? I don't know what that means. Just yesterday, you said farewell. So I thought I would never see you again. Yes, because it was getting late. Students should go back home at that time, yes? Simply, with a straight face, she says this outrageous punchline. What? Or, Tohno-kun, are you saying people like me shouldn't come to school? Her eyes, that were so devoid of emotion yesterday, look directly into mine. A student like me. That's what she said. I don't know if she's really a vampire or not. But she healed from that fatal wound quickly, so she has to be something more than human, like Arcueid. You just can't say that's human. But still, to me, she is a very dear person. I still don't know exactly what kind of feelings I have for her. But with just half a day. It was only half a day. But just thinking she wasn't in my world anymore made me feel like reality was nothing I should care for. So, for me, she's someone I can't lose. Hydrated bacon. Oh, okay. Senpai, I'd be lying if I said all of it. But I don't care. Even if she's the same as Arcueid, Senpai is still Senpai. This is an absolute truth I believe in. Yes, I should say those words. I should say those words I couldn't say last night. However, before that... Fine. I can't help it if you hate me, Tohno-kun. But this is my daily life, so no matter what you say, I decided to do as I please. She speaks directly. You don't have any complaints, right? Senpai says, and stares at me. Huh? Of course, no complaints here. I feel like such an idiot worrying about it so much. The strength drains from my body. But more than that, I can't help but feel really happy. Yeah, of course I don't have any complaints. Because up until now, I was ignoring all your warnings and doing as I pleased too, Senpai. That's acceptable. Then, let's shake hands. She sticks out her hand. I don't know what she's thinking, but I take her outstretched hand. Senpai shakes it up and down. Yes, this is a sign that we've made peace. Let's stay this way, okay, Tohno-kun? She flashes a full, truly happy smile. With that, she stands up, taking her tray as she walks away. I don't know where, but she seems to be heading somewhere. Ugh. After putting her dishes in their place, she exits the cafeteria. That's fine. I'm happy that she's still here at school, and that we've made up, but I can't let things go about Arcueid and the vampire we're hunting. Oh, can I let things go about Arcueid and the vampire we're hunting? I feel like it does matter, right? Yeah, I feel like that would be a weird thing to just, like, forget about. This can't be good as it is. Senpai, hey! I hurry after her. Oh? Tohno-kun, 5th period will start soon, you know. You should hurry back to class. Idiot, the same goes for you. Why are you out here in the courtyard? I see. She's only pretending to be a student, so she doesn't really need to go to class. That's right. I'll be late to 5th period too. I thought I would skip the rest of class, but maybe I should seriously attend class after all. Senpai smiles happily. Senpai, don't tell me. You've been skipping classes? Of course I was! I wouldn't be dressed like this if I wasn't. She seems quite angry. Hey, what's so funny, Tohno-kun? No, it's just so happy and so angry. I knew that you really were Seal Senpai after all. I really am happy. Huh? I am me, but why would that make you laugh, Tohno-kun? It's nothing. More importantly, Senpai, about, Arcueid. In a flash, Senpai looks up at me with emotionless eyes. It's hard to speak. It's hard to speak, but this is why I came after her. Please, listen to me without getting angry. You told me to stop, but I can't just leave this vampire thing alone. Uh-oh. Her emotionless eyes seem to become tinged with anger. Anyways, I can't just ignore this vampire, but I kind of broke up with Arcueid because of yesterday, and I can't do anything without help. So, if you were looking for this vampire, can I help you? Senpai is quiet. She takes a deep breath. I refuse. And says so with a smile. You refuse? Why? Of course I would! Tohno-kun, don't you remember almost being killed by her? Hunting vampires means being in continual... Oh, wow, dude, my voice is so fucked. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, that's not good, dude. This isn't good, bros. Okay. Let's try this again. I may have to approach her voice differently today, because I can't do, my normal feminization. Okay. Don't you remember almost being killed by her? Hunting vampires means being in continual danger of death. I will not let you be involved in such a thing, Tohno-kun. I know, but I'm saying I'm prepared for that. I might not look like it, but I've experienced near-death situations. I can at least protect myself. Tohno-kun, how can you say that? I will admit that you have very good athletic abilities. Even though you do have a weak constitution, your body itself is excellent. Slumping her shoulders, Senpai says something very surprising. Really? The tension seems to disappear, and I blurt that out in response. Yes. Tohno-kun, you got naked when you spent the night at my house. I saw you then. Not flabbiness, but tight muscles. You were far away, but I thought your body was very well formed. Naked? But I didn't get naked. Did you forget? Tohno-kun, did you not change before you entered the bath? Oh, that's right. Certainly I did take off my clothes and had her wash them for me. Senpai, I didn't know you were someone who likes to peek at people who are changing. No, that was just an accident. I happened to see it, and I was a little curious, and thought maybe it would be all right. Her face turns a deep red as she stammers her excuses. I guess she's remembering what she saw that time. Jeez, look. No matter how good your body is, Tohno-kun, ordinary people cannot stand up against a vampire. Just fucking tell her about your superpower, goddamn. Oh, that's why she doesn't want me to fight. I see. Then it's no problem. I take off my glasses. I take out my knife. My headache starts to flare up. Resisting that, I cut an appropriate line on a nearby tree. Tohno-kun, that's how it is. Sorry, but my eyes aren't normal. Arcueid told me I can see the depth of things, and they're called something like the mystic eyes of death perception. Her eyes widen as she takes it all in. I see. So it isn't the knife that's special, but it's you, Tohno-kun. Not special. It's just a side effect of an accident I had. That's why she was so interested in you. Your eyes have too much power for an individual to have. She suddenly seems drained of all energy. Certainly, with that kind of power, it's more dangerous to leave you alone, Tohno-kun. And if I did refuse, you would probably search for the vampire yourself anyway, and he couldn't afford to ignore you. Senpai? You mean... Yes. I don't want you to be involved, but it's too late. I cannot deny that you have any connection... I cannot deny that you have any connection to this any longer. So, it's okay if we go after this vampire together. Yes, I'm prepared to do that. Senpai extends a hand, but I can feel it's different from when we shook hands in the cafeteria. Of course, I take her hand. Our hands meet briefly, and the handshake is over. This makes us a team now. I'm counting on you, Tohno-kun, so please count on me. From now on, the two of us will hunt down the vampire in this city. She speaks with a gentle smile. As I nod wordlessly, the chime sounds, signaling the end of lunchtime. After classes, please come to the tea ceremony room. We could talk more then. Senpai runs toward the school building. I'm late too, so I should run as well. The end of the day homeroom session is over. My chattering classmates all get up from their seats. I usually just linger in the chaos until the chaos is passed over. But today I stand up with everyone else. I quickly walk out of the classroom. I head for the tea ceremony room. A lot has happened between Senpai and me, but it really turned out well. I'm glad to be able to help her, and I can be more assured than I was fighting by myself. But more than that, I'm excited to just have the chance to be with Senpai once more. I breathe hard. I dash towards the ceremony room. There isn't anyone here. It seems like she hasn't come here yet. I think I got too excited. Sitting down on the tatami mat, I catch my breath. My heated body doesn't cool off that easily. I painfully gasp for air. My body's drenched in sweat and I feel terrible. My gasping fills the air. There's something weird. I've been resting here for a while, but my breathing is getting worse. In the first place, why is my body tired only after running this little distance? Suddenly, pain fills my chest. My body falls with a crash. My entire body is convulsing. It hurts. My chest is burning. My mind is drifting away. My fingers claw the tatami mats in pain. I pull and rip at the mats, but it doesn't stop the pain. 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 Such pain, it's frightening. I can't bear it. If it lasts another second, then it would be better just to die. I don't know who's talking. Fine, I'll grant your wish, Shiki. I lift my head off the floor. Before that, my pain disappears. I don't feel pain anywhere. I don't even feel heavy. I don't even feel alive. I try to say something, but my throat doesn't move. There's nothing. No pain. No sensation. Not even freedom. I don't know what's going on, so I try to get up. My body doesn't even twitch. It's not that I'm tied down, nor is it that my entire body's numb. If I have to give it a metaphor, it's like my body is already dead, but my mind is mistakenly still lingering in my body. Of my 5 senses, only my sight is still alive. The room is dark. It's already night outside. I can't move my face, so I move my eyes. I hear something nearby, but I can't really hear anything. It seems something is wrong with my ears, since I can't even hear my own breathing. I feel like I can dimly hear a pained voice calling my name. Oh, I thought you'd complete... I'm just gonna assume it's Roa.
Oh? I thought you had completely disappeared. But you're awfully persistent, Shiki.
I can hear a voice I shouldn't be able to hear. I glance around the dark as best I can. There. I see something I don't know about. Yeah, there he is. Okay, that's what I figured. Who is that? I've never seen him. But I feel like I've known him from a long time ago.
What's this? How mean of you, Shiki. You've been looking for me for so long, and when I come out, you don't even remember me.
With an amused laugh, he stares at me with bloodshot eyes. My mind, the only thing still working, freezes. He didn't say it yet, but I know he's a vampire. That he's the serpent Senpai and Arcueid are looking for.
No, that's wrong. Certainly, I am the vampire known as the Serpent of Akasha. But to you, I'm not the serpent, but rather Shiki, right? Man, how cold of you. You make me look stupid for thinking about you all these 8 years. Hey, don't you feel the same way, Seal?
He says that while looking down at me. Okay, we're at the part where Roa shows up and seals her out. Truthfully, I may end this a little earlier than I had planned, maybe like 2 or 2.5 hours in, because I think my voice is kind of shot. You weren't here earlier, but I got to the chair scene. I'm sure you're familiar with that. And I went a little all in on it, performance-wise, and it fucked up my voice. So, about an hour and 17 minutes in, so we'll probably go in either to the end of this chapter or the next chapter. We'll see. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yes. Senpai. Is Senpai here? But where? I can't see her, nor do I sense her presence. But if she is here, then why isn't she doing anything about him? In front of me. Right now. Our enemy is in front of me.
You shouldn't ask Seal something she can't do that much about. Right now, she isn't in a condition to really show herself in front of others. Well, in the first place, I don't think you can really see anything right now.
Another sound. Something. I can hear the sound of something tenaciously, almost madly clawing the tatami mats.
Hey, didn't I tell you not to pay attention to that? Look, Shiki, the only thing you should see is me. The only thing you should hear is my voice. The only existence you should acknowledge is mine. The only one that lets you live is me. Finally, at last, I've met you here, so don't think of anything other than me.
A sharp sound. From the hand of the man before me, this vampire called the Serpent, I hear a sickening sound. And then, I hear a faint, pained gasp. No, Kun. I can't quite make it out.
Did you really forget, Shiki? Was the old man's hypnosis that good? Or did you lose your memory after dying once? Shit. Either way, what a waste. Do you understand? These 8 years, I've waited these 8 years. I've waited for this instance where I could steal everything from you, the one who killed me. But what use is it now if you don't remember?
What is he saying? I killed him.
That's right. If you've forgotten, then remember. The 3 of us were always together, right? In the Tohno mansion, Akiha and you and I would play in the garden together. Before I became like this 8 years ago that day.
I can't remember. Certainly, it seems like there was another kid with us back then.
You can't remember? And we were such good friends, too.
He grits his teeth. His whole body quivers with emotion, as if he's brimming with vexation.
Jeez. Was I the only one in pain? That's terrible, Shiki. I was always locked away by the old man, but I could always sense you. Because I was using your life. Even though we're not connected by blood, we're connected by our souls. That's why I wanted you to have a terribly gruesome end.
How unfortunate, he says. That sound again. The sound of someone clawing at the tatami mats.
What an annoying woman. I stole this life. This was mine since 8 years ago. You think I can just give it back to Shiki? In the first place, I would die without it. Seal, are you telling me to die? How cruel. Just be quiet and stay dead right there.
Another piercing sound. The clawing noise stops.
Where were we? Ah, that's right. You were talking about how deep our bonds were. What I wanted to say is this, Shiki. I'm your brother. But you and Akiha seem to have heartlessly forgotten that.
My Tohno Shiki's brother.
Well, I'll keep it at that. Shiki, you've heard from Seal about me, right? A reincarnating soul. A vampire that returns to life after it dies.
His eyes narrow. His mood turns different from before. His soft, almost human personality starts to disappear.
This is my 18th reincarnation. You know about my requirements for the new reincarnating body, right? A family that carries power within its blood and has influence in society. There's no need to say what fits those requirements. During the 17th time, my previous self chose the Tohno bloodline. Choosing the Far East was just a whim. Maybe I just wanted a change of scenery from my previous incarnations. I was killed by the princess, and my 18th self was reborn as Tohno Shiki. I had no complaints about his body. His intelligence and development advanced rapidly, and the weather in this country was comfortable. But that was as far as it went. The serpent, well, Roa, made a mistake in that the power of the Tohno bloodline was too great. Akiha and I were only half human after all. The other half is as much a monster as Roa, which those of the Tohno line must resist throughout their lives. But some people are weak, which stops them from resisting. It is the duty of the head of the Tohno household to kill those who succumb to this inversion and are no longer human, but... To sum it up, I lost. Normally, Roa wouldn't awaken until I became an adult. But since you and I are connected, you can understand, right, Shiki? Two wills cannot exist in one body. It's possible if the other personality stems from a person's will, but a completely different will cannot enter. What happens when it can't? Simple. The vessel, the brain, cries out. Headaches occur. Suddenly, without reason, without meaning.
Headaches. Don't tell me.
That's right. Your headaches have flowed from me to you. Didn't I say so earlier? I am using your life. We are two people using the same life. So, if I can move like this, then you end up as immobile as a corpse. What kills a will is another will. My will to live is stronger than yours. Well, but you are still amazing. I'm using your strength trying to kill you. But that's strange. Why are you still alive?
As he tilts his head, he really does look perplexed. I'm the one who wants to tilt my head questioningly. Why is he using my life? And what in the world is he? My mind is brimming with questions.
It seems you don't understand, Shiki. I told you, the only thing that can kill another will is another's will. In other words, killing the will does not kill the body. The Roa inside of me was another will beside my own. 8 years ago that summer day, Roa killed the will of Tohno Shiki.
Like I said, I'm Tohno Shiki, right?
Yeah, you are Tohno Shiki. A true imposter who became the eldest son of the Tohno household in place of me, who succumbed to the inversion. Listen up. I even liked you, Shiki. Me and my old man didn't get along either. And you were a good guy. We really were good friends. Of course, I loved Akiha too, but I couldn't allow her to grow more attached to you.
Wait. What is he saying?
Yeah, I remember the feeling from that time. Everything turned crimson, and I started to hate everything. The voices of the birds, the leaves on the trees, everything became bothersome to me, and I destroyed whatever I came across. 8 years ago, Shiki, in that courtyard, Roa killed my will. Normally, it would have been all over when Roa awoke. But the Tohno family is special. As soon as my reason was lost, my body succumbed to inversion. I guess it's what you call an inversion impulse. But you do what you always thought was taboo. I guess deep in my heart, I was jealous of you. In the end, I killed you because you were there. Man, there was never another pleasure greater than that time. Piercing your chest with this hand and feeling your heart as you coughed up blood. I thought I was born again. It felt so wonderful. I stood there wanting to play with your dying body even longer, but I was pushing my luck. While I was eagerly trying to rip out your heart, someone informed the old man. The bastard. He rushed over and killed me. Me, his real son. Shit! I guess cruel fathers do exist. A father like that can't complain when he's killed by his own son, right, Shiki? Well, in the end, I felt pretty good.
Blood. In that courtyard. The bloody corpse of a child.
Yes, you finally remember, Shiki. That's right. I'm the one who killed you. But you lived through it, and took over my place as Shiki. My old man, the bastard, he locked me away like trash in an underground cell after killing me. Because he couldn't have it known that his eldest son was dead, he took you, his adopted son, and replaced me.
I was adopted?
Yeah. The old man used you after your miraculous recovery. Fortunately for him, we were kids. We didn't doubt the fact that we were actual brothers, and you were pretty screwed up from that incident. My old man deceived you and Akiha with a simple lie and made you forget about me, the true Shiki.
No one was there after that incident. Why was I all alone like that? In other words, that means...
Yes, it's because no one needed you. Well, in order to protect the image of his family, you were treated as Shiki. Yeah, but I did need you. Because thanks to stealing your life, I was able to survive when my old man killed me. For that, and only that, I thank you, Shiki.
I don't understand. So why? Why am I still alive then?
Who knows? I'd like to know that myself, but it really doesn't matter. Because you're going to die here anyway.
Saying that, Roa, stands up slowly.
Your painful death was the goal of this body, of Shiki. I've gone along with that this long, but it's time for me to lower the curtain. Even for me, to have 2 bodies with 1 life is not very efficient.
The voice nears. I'll be killed like this. No. I say I'll die. But maybe I'm already dead. My arms and legs can't move. My eyes, My ears. My nose doesn't work. There's nothing left. I don't want to just accept what he says. But I don't care about anything anymore. My eyes that can see death. Because my body is already like a dead body. In the end, I was just an imposter. And on that hot summer day 8 years ago, I was already dead.
Tohno-kun!
But I can hear a voice. A sobbing voice. An incredibly sad, almost shouting voice. Did my eyes get used to the darkness? Or did my will force my eyes to open? I finally grasped what it was this bastard was sitting on while he gave his long speech.
Damn! You regenerated again?
Roa's legs stop. He turns around towards Senpai.
Didn't I tell you to stay dead? You really are an eyesore.
With a piercing sound, Roa takes one of Senpai's swords and thrusts it into her body. Her pained voice. Her nails dig into the tatami mat. Clawing and clawing. Her nails are almost peeled off, and her breathing is like a combusting engine. But still.
Tohno-kun!
Clawing and writhing. She frantically continues to call out my name as I lie there collapsed like a cut puppet.
Annoying woman. Didn't I tell you no matter how many times you call out his name, Shiki won't hear you? Right now, he's just a living corpse. He can only hear my voice. No, not even my voice. He only knows my will because of the connection of life between us. How can you not understand that fact?
More piercing sounds. The swords pierce Senpai's body. Her body twitches in response. Even still, Senpai continues to call out my name, as if she was a broken record. Tohno-kun. 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 With her pain-filled, sobbing voice. I could hear it. I definitely heard it from before. But I probably didn't listen to half of what she said. Even as she spat out blood. She kept calling out to me who was just lying there like a thrown-away broken doll.
An immortal body? How foolish. If you had this much power, you could have defeated me.
The sound of stabbing again.
But for such a guy, you laid down your swords. I'm disappointed, Elysia. Thinking a piece of trash like you is actually my daughter makes me sick.
Thrust. 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 As if he's lost his mind, he keeps stabbing Senpai over and over again. Her defenseless back. Her shoulders. Her legs. Her throat. Her bloody arms outstretched toward me, mercilessly stabbing. Despite this, her lips keep calling my name. I can't hear it. I can't hear it anymore. It's not that my ears are no longer working, but her throat is already dead. But she still keeps calling out to me, as if she's wishing I'll be able to move if she continues on like that. To be honest, I don't understand why she would go that far. I'm almost going insane. And watching her be stabbed for my sake almost makes me insane.
Up.
But I don't move. No matter how frustrated I am, I can't move. No matter what I do. No matter what I do, this body doesn't move.
Wonderful. A simple hatred that's almost lethal. It was just an instant, but I felt your will directed against me. You may want to kill me, but this isn't something to be mad about.
He pulls out a sword. Senpai's body sinks toward the floor. Before that can happen, he pulls her up by the hair.
Look, boy, let me teach you something. No matter how limitless the regenerative ability of a vampire is, it only lasts when they are alive. Their immortality is only as long as they are alive. Once they die, their powers of recovery cease immediately. Vampires are only difficult to kill, not immortal, but...
Splat. A black sword springs forth from Senpai's chest. Her chest breaks apart. Roa impales her heart from behind. The throat that died moves. Spewing forth with blood, her body writhes in agony.
But the amazing thing about this woman is, even if she dies completely, it isn't her, but time itself that restores her body. Do you understand? After she dies, without anyone's help, even her own, this world itself returns it back to normal in order to rectify a contradiction. For example, just like this!
Roa's amused voice lifts in delight, and at the same time, with a sickening sound, a black sword springs forth from Senpai's forehead. Her head, from behind, with that thin, sharp sword. While she was living, her brain was pierced.
Isn't it natural for a pierced brain to bring death? Look, Shiki, she's flailing about like a fish on a hook.
Full of amusement, Roa loses himself in amusement.
But look, even though the light in her eyes has faded, her heart is starting to beat again. Shit, what a fucked up life. It makes us the only ones living, It makes us, the ones living with only one life, look foolish.
He swings his arm, as if she really was a piece of trash. Senpai's body slams into the wall. That was it. That's enough. I don't care what happens. I don't care if I go crazy. I don't care if people call me a murderer.
See, I'm cute compared to her. This is a monster that comes back from nothing, even if you kill every last bit of her, every last cell of her. Is killing something that doesn't really die really a sin?
A high, ill-sounding laugh. Roa throws the sword in his hand towards Senpai, as if he was playing darts. Splud. That's the signal. With that, all rational thought splinters away. I stand up.
Bastard! How can you move?
There's no need to say it. The one with the stronger will uses the life right. Then, up until now, I never thought this strongly about anything before.
This can't be. Am I weaker than you?
Roa, I'm going to kill you. In the darkness, my knife crosses against his claws. His movement is almost blindingly fast, but my body follows him. My arms move as if they belong to someone else. My eyes persistently, accurately look at just his lines. My entire body burns. My brain feels like it's on fire. Just like when I first saw that golden-haired princess of vampires. My body is like something else. Roa springs away. One of his legs, his upper right arm, his left collarbone area. I've already cut through the lines there. The pierce is my right arm. Roa first took my arm holding the knife. So, if he destroys my remaining left arm, it would mean my loss. In this situation, losing means certain death.
I don't believe it. A match for me, a vampire. Your eyes, they're perhaps more appropriate for me than this body. If you don't realize it, then that's fine. This story is a boring one, Not even worth talking about.
With a shuffle, Roa increases the distance between us.
It's a very old story. The last of a fool who obsessed over living forever. Just wondering who it was that actually won that. To live forever. That was the miracle that Roa dreamed about. I decided that everlasting cycle of rebirth is eternity. But that's no different than a continuation of a single bloodline. If there's such a thing as a power that Roa, who accepted death, can earn at the end of his reincarnation, instead of the power that steals the lives of others like vampires, I just thought the power that you have, the power to see death, was an appropriate end for me.
His body lowers a bit.
I just had that ridiculous idea.
His arm reaches out. I slice through it instantaneously.
Ah!
Roa runs away. I follow after him. His movements are many times faster than mine. But that doesn't matter. Just killing. I don't care about anything else. In reality, I've already killed one of his legs, and his speed is reduced. As he runs away, he braces his hand against the wall and glares at me.
Shit! Do you intend to fight yourself, Shiki? Don't be silent! You're me. I am Shiki, and you are Shiki. We are the same type of being. It doesn't matter if that bastard Roa existed or not. I was originally a creature eating human flesh. As a child, I had this urge to eat human flesh, even though that has changed to drinking blood. If Roa hadn't entered my body, I would have certainly become a human-eating monster. But that's the same for you. Like I enjoy eating human flesh, you enjoy killing others. Remember the urge you had when you first saw that woman? The ecstasy of killing with that knife.
The urge I had when I first saw her. That was when I killed Arcueid.
Yeah, that's right. No matter how much you pretend to be a good person, that's something you can't excuse. You wanted that woman, and did the thing that got you the most excited. What can you call that other than being a killer? You and I are the same. We are both abnormal people, living in the same place.
Shut up. If I hear his voice any longer, I'll go crazy.
Yes, the same. So why are you trying to kill me? It's just that Roa entered me. If Roa entered you instead, our positions would have been reversed. But you are going to kill me? You're just hurting yourself.
Roa screams. These past 8 years. The monster who made his lair in this city, feeding off the blood of countless people, screams.
I'm not you. You're just a killer.
Idiot. You don't understand, do you? I thought so too at first. That I'm sane. Wait, what the fuck? Who's talking? Did Shiki say the first line and now it's... I don't know. That was a weird that they had a paragraph break there.
I thought so too at first. That I'm sane. That even if Roa's will is here, I thought that it would be fine. But it wasn't. You're the same. You, like me, will end up as a killer, Tohno Shiki.
He laughs.
Isn't that right? I know that's inside you too. You know that impulse is not something that flows from me to you. Just admit it, killer. Your inversion impulse is nothing more than what you wish for.
I ready my knife. I don't want to hear his voice any longer. I focus my gaze on him. All that's left is to slice them.
I see. You're trying to kill me, Shiki.
He pulls back. That's his final move.
But did you ever wonder which one of us was really killed?
Suddenly, I halt my attack.
Yes. In the end, both of us died in that place. So, I might be the one killed by Roa, and you might be the one the Tohno taken over by the... Wait, fuck. And you might be the one the Tohno taken over by the serpent. Right? So I might be the one killed by Roa, and you might be the Tohno taken over by the servant, right? Serpent. Hey, Shiki, didn't you ever think about it this way? That you just have not realized it, but you were already insane a long, long time ago. That can't be true, can it? Ha! I get kicked into the wall from behind. Gah! What is this? Being distracted by such stupid words. My remaining left arm becomes shredded and painted in blood. I can't move it one bit, and my knife clatters to the floor. And in front of me, Roa stands with his furious bloodshot eyes. Idiot. That's not it at all. I'm Roa. You had that inverse impulse because you were connected to me subconsciously. He grins. Roa takes a step forward. Bye, Shiki. It's been fun. With that, he swings his knife-like claws downward. There's no pain, just the sound of splashing blood. You bitch! Roa's voice rings out. In front of me, Senpai's body takes full force of Roa's claws. I can't think of anything. No, there's no need to think. I scoop up my fallen knife with my mouth. My teeth tighten around the hilt. I dash into Roa, almost like I was collapsing into him. I slice the line running diagonal from his shoulder. He screeches like some demonic bird. Running away from Senpai and me, he jumps directly into the window and falls out. The glass shatters as he falls outside. I won't let you get away. I run to the window. Damn! But of course, I can't jump from the 3rd floor. Under the moonlit night, as if he didn't receive a fatal wound by just having his lines of death cut, Roa runs away like a beast. I can't chase him. From here, I can't chase him. But it seems like there's no need for that. Under the moonlight, Roa's running figure stops. There isn't one person outside, but two. One, the beast-like figure of Roa. One, the sublime white figure of the vampire princess. The fight lasted only an instant. Roa screams as he dies and fades to ash. Arcueid. She stands there, composed, and looks up at me, then disappears before my eyes. I'm exhausted. My body collapsed to the floor. Leaning against the wall, I sit down. The knife falls from my mouth. From my elbow down, my right arm is shattered, twisted, and split. Roa's claw marks remain gouged into my left shoulder, and my left arm hangs unmoving. I feel like a squid or an octopus with both my arms just hanging there. Senpai! I look down at the hallway. I look down to where Senpai had collapsed when she protected me earlier. And there. Senpai, your wounds are okay? Yes. A wound like this will heal quickly. I cannot make out her face since it's dark, but I thought it looked paler than usual. Thump. Headache. Thump. This headache. Because I still see these lines. I have this headache. Tohno-kun? What's wrong? Nothing. It's just my head hurts. I manage to reply as I bear the pain. My hands,
If I could move them, I could hold my head and maybe calm down. But they don't move an inch.
Probably because you saw too much death. Tohno-kun, you were pushing yourself too much. Trying to defeat Roa by yourself was being reckless.
It's not reckless. You were the one being reckless. Why did you let him do that to you? Give me just a second. He just caught me off guard.
Idiot. I heard all of it.
Or wait, I might have gotten mixed up. Whatever. I heard how Senpai threw away her swords to protect me. Going through that, just to protect me, was stupid. Going through that, just calling out my name. There's something wrong.
I suppose. No matter what I did, you revived by yourself. I guess I was just doing useless things.
No, that's not it at all. But I heard you.
Tohno-kun?
Your voice. I know I heard it. You kept calling my name. So it made me realize I was still alive. So, what saved me wasn't my desire to kill Roa, but it was just Senpai's voice.
Tohno-kun, your wounds, do they hurt? Please wait, I'll heal them.
No, it's not really my arms. This headache is terrible. The pain isn't coming from outside, but it feels like it's shooting out from inside me.
It's a reaction from seeing too much death. Suddenly overworking your brain like that probably caused too much blood flow.
I know that, but...
Look, your power is very dangerous to you, Tohno-kun. Seeing that which should not be possible to see puts a huge strain on your body, and your blood vessels will not be able to handle the flow of your blood. Seeing the death of something close to you, like humans, shouldn't be a problem, but seeing the death of things that don't naturally have death is extremely dangerous.
Yeah. It's okay though, Senpai. Roa is now dead. I don't have to see any more death. So, I don't have to see them. Senpai, do you know where my glasses are?
Huh?
My glasses. Without them, I see these lines all the time. If I don't have them, I'll go crazy. They're probably in the tea ceremony room. Could you please get them for me?
Tohno-kun, what are you saying? Your glasses are definitely... I understand. I'll go get it right away, so please close your eyes. If you use them much longer, it'll be really bad for you.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks. I close my eyelids. After only a few moments, I can feel Senpai's fingers on my face.
Here you go. It's all okay now. Please open your eyes, Tohno-kun.
Ugh. The lines of death are now gone. My headache disappeared as I closed my eyes, and I can now see Senpai's face clearly. Thanks, Senpai. Now it's back to normal.
What are you saying? There's still some work before you return to normal, so please keep still.
Excuse me. She says that, and sits down beside me.
These wounds really aren't that bad. I'll be able to heal them right away, so please just hold on a little longer.
Senpai carefully reaches out and holds my twisted arm. There's an almost tickling, warm sensation. My cold arm begins to warm up again, and the numbed pain returns after that.
Ow! If there's pain, it lets you know that you're alive. Now, let's take care of your left arm.
With a light step, she moves over to my left side and puts her hand on my shoulder.
Amazing. My left arm is already healed. It isn't amazing. This is my normal profession, so it's only natural that I can do that.
Her normal profession? Is she a nurse or something? Well, I don't think a nurse could heal a shattered arm like that in a matter of minutes, though.
Hey, Senpai. Yes?
Senpai, just what kind of person are you? Come to think of it, I don't really know anything about you, Seal Senpai. The fingers over my wounds suddenly stop, but it was only a momentary reaction.
I'm the same as you, Tohno-kun. I also have not had this body from birth. I was also close to death. No. I am someone who died and came back to life. And it just became a habit for me to come back to life.
Is she joking? She gives a pained smile. What do you mean? If you die, you normally can't come back, right?
What I'm saying is that I'm not normal.
Not normal? Like Arcueid? She doesn't respond. Is she done? Senpai stands up.
There, all finished. How is it? Can you move?
I lift my hands and move them around. My fingers can move at will, and there's only a little pain. Yeah, no problems. Thanks, Senpai. I'm just always helped by you. Senpai doesn't answer. She just smiles.
Then let's go back. There's no need to be here any longer.
Senpai starts to walk away. Picking up my fallen knife, I follow her out of the school. The two of us walk to the gate under the moonlight. Senpai doesn't say anything. Looking at her back, I think reluctantly about the things I don't want to consider. Roa is gone. Arcueid is also gone. The purpose was to eliminate Roa, so Senpai has no reason to stay here any longer. This is serious. I knew it all along, but I never thought this would come so quickly. I want Senpai to stay here. I want her to stay, but it isn't just my problem. I steal a glance at Senpai's face. What does Senpai plan on doing? And then, Senpai suddenly stops walking.
Tohno-kun.
She looks directly at me, with eyes devoid of any emotion. What is it, Senpai?
About what we were talking about before.
Before? About how you're like Arcueid? She nods. Still staring at me in the eye, she starts to speak.
Tohno-kun? If I was a vampire, what would you do?
What? My mind goes blank. I don't know what she wants to hear. Still. Senpai is Senpai. Even if you are a vampire, that wouldn't change. Her expression remains the same. Just for an instant, I think she smiled sadly.
I am the same as her. Just like she's a vampire who had no experience, I just might be a vampire who had no sense of had no sense of self.
She speaks as if it was a monologue. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say to that. So, just like before, I can only say what I really feel. That's fine. Huh? I said that's fine. Even if you are a vampire. I still like you, Senpai. What? Senpai stands there in complete amazement. Realizing what I just said, I blush furiously and look away. Anyway, that's all I want to say. Come on, let's go back, Senpai. Trying to hide my embarrassment, I pull myself to reality. Go back. Where is Senpai going to return to? I suddenly feel terrible. I'm afraid to look at her face and can't turn around. Tohno-kun. From behind me, Senpai's voice calls out. Her quiet, emotionless voice. What is it? I answer without turning. You know why I came to this city, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, I know. You came to kill Roa. Yes, but I haven't told you why yet. I really meant to tell you in the tea ceremony room, but things ended quickly. That's true. It was kind of disappointing. But wasn't you chasing Roa part of your duty to the church? No. The place I'm in doesn't really have much work. Even when there is, it's only just a few times a year I get called there. So this time, it's my own judgment. Not because of the orders of the church, but I came here through my own will. Your will? Yes. I came here because of my own circumstances. I want to die as a human, so I've been chasing Roa. He's the reason my body has become like this. Wants to die? Wants to die? For that sole reason, I've kept on living like this. But that's all over now. These past 5 years. Was it a long time? Was it a short time? I don't know. Her emotionless voice stops. She jumps directly in front of me. So I have to thank you, Tohno-kun. My work here is done now. All that's left is for me to take responsibility for all my actions. Senpai, you mean... She's going to leave. Thank you so much for everything until now. It's been a long time since I've been this happy. So, let's finish with a handshake. Senpai puts out her hand. I wordlessly accept it. A handshake, where we only grip our hands tightly. Then, this is where we part. Even though I'm not going to be here, please stay friends with Inui-kun. I wanted to be a student like you and Inui-kun. And please don't take off your glasses too much. Strange power has a tendency to attract some strange things. You were fine this time, but I do not know what'll happen next time. Yeah, I know. Someone taught me that a long time ago. In the first place, I've only recently begun to take them off with everything that's been happening. I see. That's a relief. Her fingers pull back. With the handshake over, she pulls back slightly. Then, this is farewell. It would be nice to meet again someday. I can't reply. I couldn't even stop her. Really? That's... I return to the mansion. It's past 9 at night. An hour past curfew. Ah, Shiki-san! You've come back late today. She might have been in the sitting room until now, as Kohaku-san comes out to greet me. I'm back. Sorry about that. No, as long as you're back safely, it's okay. I'll go make dinner, so please wait in the sitting room. Is Akiha there? Not because I broke curfew, but after hearing what Roa said, I don't think I can talk to her now. No, she's in her own room, so you can rest assured. No, that's not it, but... Hey, Kohaku-san. In this house, did you ever hear of me and Akiha having another brother? I don't think so. Why do you ask, Shiki-san? Did something happen? No. I just heard something about me maybe having a brother, and I wasn't really sure. You and Akiha are the only two siblings. I've worked in this mansion since I was a child, so it can't be a mistake. She smiles happily. Kohaku-san, you've been working here since back then? Yes. We were just apprentices, but Hisui-chan and I would help her in the mansion. It did happen a long time ago, so it's natural that you don't remember. Is she getting nostalgic? She continues to smile as she heads back to the sitting room. Just what was he saying? I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Muttering to myself, I walk towards the sitting room. I lie down in bed. Pulling the sheets over me, I stare blankly at the ceiling. It's over. I still have my wounds and my memories, but it's all over. Now I can return to my peaceful life as a high school student. No need to think about killings or being killed anymore. Just forget. Forget about everything. And from tomorrow, I can't. There's no way I can forget. Damn it. But I can't do anything about it. From the beginning, Senpai and I have always lived in different worlds. Just go to sleep. I'll be able to take it tomorrow. I'll sleep now, so I can calm down. I can't sleep. I feel like that happens every time. My chest is still bothering me. Oh well. I choose a book of English sentences to read so I can drift off to sleep. Oh, more of this. Okay, cool. (1976). Excuse me. I was born as a child of a shopkeeper from a remote countryside village in France. I looked like my mother, who was Oriental, so I grew up feeling a little out of place wherever I went. But all the townspeople were great people and would greet me with bright smiles. To be able to face those smiles, I lived my days honestly and positively. Helping my dad, going to school, falling in love like normal. That was my life, and I never doubted my happiness. It was truly a very short time until my 16th birthday. That came suddenly to my body. As such as when I would be playing with children. For no reason, I wanted to snap their necks. Such as when I saw a poor beggar by the road. It seemed so funny. I wanted to stab him with a knife. There was no reason for these feelings. I could not talk to anyone about it. So I started to lock myself away in my room. My dark passions came forth from within me. It's not like I had two personalities, or someone came inside me. First of all, I don't believe in such unscientific things. My feelings are the small destructive passions everyone has. Like yelling at your dad after he comes to wake you up after you stayed up all night. Like feeling angry when you walk along a rainy street and a car passing by splashes you with water. Such small feelings I feel for an instant solidify inside of my mind and take over. That's why. I knew I wouldn't do something terrible if I stayed like this. Do I know who this is? I don't know if it's Roa, and if it's not Roa, it's somebody else. I could only lock myself away in my room. I could only not see anyone do, I could only not see anyone and do nothing. That's why. I wouldn't hate anyone. And I wouldn't have those feelings. But that was a mistake. Imprisoned in my room, my mind was ground away, and I eventually passed my limit. That day, after I was completely replaced, what I thought about was how thirsty I was. I took my weakened body out of my room. My parents ran to me as I came out of my room for the first time in a few months, greeting my worried parents with a smile. I killed them. So this has to be one of his past reincarnations. It really was quick. With my weakened body, I bit into their necks and sucked their blood. After sucking out their blood and life, I stood back up. Has it been 100 years? This body is very fascinating. That was my voice that I never heard before. My lips shaping a smile. What used to be me hugged itself. What kind of coincidence was it? Originally, the family I was born into was one that I chose beforehand. But my previous self was destroyed by the princess before I decided that. I could only feel the condition that I could only feel the condition that the one I'm reincarnated into has a physical potential, resulting in an imperfect reincarnation. As a result, I was born into a body with a high potential, but with a normal family without any social standing. It will be difficult to take over this town without having people notice. But I was not disappointed. In fact, I was filled with happiness. Certainly it would take a long time for a normal family to gain power. Seizing power socially would be difficult without this self. But in exchange for that inconvenience, I found a truly excellent body. Until now, I had always tried to balance the body and the family's standing. Consequently, I was never able to find I was never able to find a truly excellent body. However, the body this time carries many more magic circuits than any of the bodies before. And this body had the same potential as my original. I cursed my calculating self up until now. Things like social standing. They could always be set up later. But the quality of the body is something natural that cannot be added later. After my 17th reincarnation, I finally realized the truth. Myself that finally awoke naturally started to control the people around me, like water soaking into the ground. Not in the wild manner I had done so previously, but rather in a way that didn't spill as much blood. The reason is horribly cruel. The reincarnated will, called myself, cannot exist by itself. All I can do is tell the will I want to do that. I'm the one moving this body, but the method, the process was determined by my mind, which has grown along with this body. In other words, my will is from the body I'm reincarnated into, but my consciousness still remains from my original self. The hell? I have my consciousness, and I have my past memories. As I sleep, I can only dream of nightmares which I would do myself. I still remember the sensation of biting into my parents' throats. I took the townspeople who always greeted me one by one, as if melting them slowly from their feet. I continued to humiliate and mutilate their souls. Within just a month, I held their lives in my fist and played with them however I wanted to. I wanted to go crazy. I wanted to entrust myself completely to insanity. But if I did that, I would commit even more sins than before. That's why I kept on, trying to preserve my sanity. I tried to minimize the damage I did. If there was such a thing as relief, it was that the end to this nightmare arrived quickly. The white woman came on a night with a crimson moon. I didn't know, but I knew who she was. After our fight, the white vampire princess killed me. Since I had already prepared myself for the next reincarnation, I once again reincarnated, leaving my corpse behind. The white princess in my left body was taken into the Vatican. Okay. Alright, I'm actually going to stop here for a couple reasons. One, my voice is a little better now, but it's still kind of fucked up. And I got chores and stuff I gotta do. It's fall. The leaves are falling. I gotta do something about that. I wanted to do it yesterday or this morning, but it was raining, so. Alright, so we'll stop here. Thank you again for dropping by if you're in the chat. Inu, Dog Note, the other guy from before. Who are you? Cursed? I appreciate all you guys. And if you're watching the VOD, I also highly appreciate that. Yeah, I think we're finally approaching the end of the seal route. So, maybe my views will come back. Poor seal, just in general. Jesus Christ, she just gets fucked up left and right. God damn. Definitely a lot of emotionally charged moments this chapter. Very cool. I look forward to seeing how this plays out. And I don't hate this chapter like other people seem to, but I am getting more and more eager to just get to the part where I can do Akiha's route, because I want more Akiha. I think she's my favorite. We'll see, because I don't know that much about her, but she's the most fun. All right. Thank you for coming by, and we will come back on Thursday.